In the previous episode of my series on the walk across the Pyrenees, I covered the trail from the Refuge téhle around the summit of the Pic du Balaïtous to the Refuge d'Aremouly. The night in the tent by the lake was quiet, so I gained enough strength for today's hike, and the first steps led me to Col d'Aremouly Pass. It is from this pass that you will have an unforgettable view of the first 3,000 peak on the trail. I too thought about climbing it for several days, but my heavy backpack finally discouraged me from climbing it. And so, I descended the steep slope to the lakes at its foot and found myself once again in Spain. Although it may not look like it at a first glance, the landscape here is full of life, and I was lucky enough to enjoy it without the crowds of tourists on the footpaths. When I left these lakes, I realized that the nature of the surrounding landscape had changed a little. The extensive beech forests and pastures of the last days have been replaced by low and sparse pines, dried rocks, and thorn bushes. Water did not disappear from the landscape, but it became a little rarer for me because the springs and small streams became less frequent on the trail. Perhaps also because all the water was held back by this monumental dam. The construction of this dam began in 1946 and lasted 10 years. However, the construction company did not worry too much about completing some of the work or cleaning up the surroundings, so we can still see unfinished buildings or construction waste here today. And it was these facts that made it difficult to build a shelter that stands today on the bank of this dam. After all the trouble and delays, this lodge was completed and opened in 1993. It offers 90 beds, a kitchen with a bar, hot showers, and even has its own water purifier. However, because it was built on an avalanche slope, it was decided in the past that it would be closed during the winter, as avalanches have already damaged it several times. I just walked around the hut and pitched my tent by the unfinished embankment with a view of another 3,000er. You just have to love a morning like this. Silence, warmth, beautiful views, breakfast and water at your fingertips. This is how simply I imagine paradise. For my next hike towards the east, I chose the French part of the Pyrenees, in the vicinity of the Refuge Ballon. At the Col d'Arati Pass, I then returned to Spain to spend the night on the banks of Rio Ara, which flows at the foot of another famous 3,000-meter peak called Vignemal. And it was here that I wanted to see my first Pyrenean glacier. But let me tell you all about that in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to support production of more videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.